Hi guys, this is Stephanie. We are doing a little. I'm doing a. What we're making? We're making gingerbread houses, and I recorded all of this whole tape with my grandchildren, and found out that the microphone wasn't on. So right here, all they're doing is making. So I'm just gonna do a voiceover here. And that's my oldest granddaughter, Lachelle, and she's just showing you guys, trying to tell you what she's going to be doing with the gingerbread houses. With the gingerbread, trying to put them together. And she's experienced out of this thing. She has done a few gingerbread houses before, and I think she's the only one of us that have done gingerbread houses before. And you'll see she knows what she's doing. But so she's just showing you the different things that we're going to be using, like what we call the glue, which was icing. And the icing for the gingerbread houses was pretty thick, but I brought a couple more out, and one was green and one were white. The one we're showing now, we brought them out. I brought them out for them to use just a little extra something with their gingerbread houses. See, that one is green and that one is white, and it's supposed to be like cookies icing, but it's all white, and the other one is all green. The only thing about them is that they are a little thinner than they're thinner than the cream that we were using. And so when they started putting them on their houses, they were running all over the place. But this is Cherish. She's showing her gingerbread house. Hers was made out of a square. Hers was more of a square house. Shelly took, the older girl that you just saw, she took the bigger house, and the more complicated one to put together. And it was bigger. So Cherish did a little square one. I don't know if Cherish did a gingerbread house before, but this is my second oldest granddaughter. But she really had a ball. And she likes watching YouTube channels, so she was doing a lot of talking. So she wanted y'all to know everything. But yeah, so Shelly's using that green now, and they had some little things on there, some little hoops where you could just put the icing in the linings. So to show you and guide you where the icing go. So that's what she was doing, but because it was my first time and Cherish's first time and Danielle's first time, heck, we was putting it anywhere, and they was just decorating it any kind of way they wanted to. And that little one over there, that's my little Taylor. That's her gingerbread house, and her hand is just a little flat piece, and we kept putting icing on there. So she was sitting there licking. You'll be seeing her lick and eat icing the whole time while we're making our gingerbread houses. And she was enjoying herself. And trust me, after this was all over, she had a sugar rush. So yeah, so Shelly is putting hers all over, and hers is more detailed, because she really was enjoying herself. And I think she was trying to talk through it and tell you what she was doing as she was going along. She had one part on the side over, I think that was on her right hand side, and it kept falling off. So she had to keep putting more of the thicker icing on there. So I found out after trial and error, by putting cherishes together, that you have to use a lot of the thicker icing to hold it together. If you don't put enough on there, it will fall apart. So we used a lot, and then they all started sticking together, and they were nice. So she's just kind of just explaining to you what she's doing with her house. And of course her sidekick, she was over there talking too. Now she's starting to just show us her tongue, because she's licking the green icing. She's licking the green icing, and her tongue is green. And so she's just sticking out her tongue to show us that her tongue is green. That's our little Grinch. She's like the salt and pepper candy. She's just the sweetest pie, but I tell you, man, she can be sour at times. So I call her the sweet and candy, the sweet and sour ice cream candy kid. Now, yeah, I had to stick my head in there and do a little dance, a little jig, 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 because I think we was listening to some Christmas music. No, we weren't. I don't know why I did it. I just did it. So she offered me some of her gingerbread, and I took a little bite. I don't know why, because she was licking all over it. Oh my God. But it was cool. And back to my little chair. So she's explaining here about her gingerbread house. You see, she talks with her hands. She likes to talk with her hands. And she's very, I can't even think of the word that I want to use, but she will explain to you everything she's doing. She's very detailed, and she uses her hands, and she says guys a lot. Hey guys, wait a minute, let me show you. And here is Miss YouTube. Here is Danielle, Miss YouTube, Miss Congeniality, Miss Personality. She has it all. This is her house. We had a time. Her house fell apart 3 times, but we end up getting it back together, sticking it back together, putting a lot of glue on there. The first time I took it, I put it together. She knocked it down, so I put it back. Look at her, Miss Personality. But she ended up, she did all of that on the top of her house. She had so much fun. This was her first time. She's explaining to you guys that her house is the gingerbread house, is her Hansel and Gretel's house. That's what she's explaining to you, that her house is Hansel and Gretel's house, and how they came in and they came over and they were eating the candy and they was eating everything. So that's what she's explaining to you about her house. Yeah, you see Cherry, her house, she put it together. She did a lot, but she knocked it down and she started eating it. She wasn't playing. Here we got Lachelle's house. You see how you could tell that she's experienced at this thing. Look at the details in that house. She's putting icicles on the front of it now. She lined the windows and the doors on the other side. They also had candy. I forgot what kind of candy, like Skittles to put on top. I think they had like M&Ms. They were really small. They had sprinkles to put on there. And I'm surprised that Danielle, which is the little one here, wasn't eating all her candy, but all of those sprinkles that she's picking up, you see she's eating some of it, but she's just picking up the sprinkles and putting them on the top, trying to stick them in what we call our glue. She trying to stick them in there so they'll stay. Picking up the loose pieces. She tying up loose ends. That's what she's doing, tying up loose ends. Yeah, but see, Cherish not playing. She wanted to eat her candy. She eating her candy. She eating her icing. Took that thing apart. She said like, yeah, I did it. I had fun, but now it's time to eat. And one of the pieces she set aside even for her grandma. So these are our gingerbread houses. Lachelle's, that's Lachelle's. She really utilized that green icing that I gave them. I'm glad they did, because that stuff was in there and I was just getting ready to throw it away. So that's our gingerbread houses. Here are the girls. They are saying goodbye. I really had to I had to cut this part short, I'm telling you, because I think I had like about 2 endings. You know how preachers sometimes when they stop preaching, they have about 2 or 3 endings. These girls had like 2 or 3 endings saying goodbye. That's her saying subscribe to our channel. They said that this is her channel. Cheer said, I'm going to get me a channel when I get older. I'm going to have everything that grandma have. I'm like, okay, well, she's looking up to granny. So, but that's cool. These are my babies, and we had so much fun, and I am so glad that we did this. So, and that's me acting crazy, saying bye to you guys. It was fun. We're going to be making cookies next weekend. So, look out for that. Look out for the cookies. So, you guys have a blessed weekend. We'll have a couple more videos up. But when we went shopping, I think it might be up already by the time you see this. But we'll see you guys later.